Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Glendale at the Glendale Fight Club, being joined with Matirosyan, who takes on Gennady Golovkin coming up May 5th at the StubHub Center. Vanes, man, you're here. You made a lot of noise. You've been wanting a challenge like this for a very, very long time. It's finally here, but when you got the news, what was your reaction? What were the feelings that going on through your mind when you were told that you got the fight?
It was morning, I was in bed, my kids were jumping over me like they do all day, and then I got the call and it was King from the office, you know, he was like, do you want to fight this guy named Triple G they call? I'm like, of course. Are you serious? He's like, yeah. I was like, of course I'll take that fight. It was amazing news. It was a really happy day for me because I've been waiting for it. Especially I was scheduled to fight 2 weeks before and they canceled that fight, so he knows I was training. So when I got the call, I was really excited.
I could only imagine a phone call from Don, like with his energy and everything, like, hey, have you ever heard of this guy? So when that news was received, how do you prepare with the time given for someone like a Gennady Golovkin?
I see it like this. I got 3-4 weeks to get ready for him, but also he has 3-4 weeks to get ready for me also. So I look at it that way. You know what I mean? I'm good because I had like 5-6 training camps. I've been active in the gym, so no time off. So we were ready to go. So the fight with Golovkin, it was easy for me to say yeah because I knew I was ready.
In terms of Gennady Golovkin, he's a guy that comes forward, heavy-handed puncher, a lot of power. You moving up a weight division. How big does that weigh on the team? Because I know that's a big thing that people have brought up, that you're coming up from 54 to 60 for this fight.
I mean, it's actually good. You know, I bring a little bit of power. I don't have to, you know, kill myself to make the weight a little bit. I still got to lose a little bit of weight. I feel like every fighter should lose a little bit of weight. There should be sacrifice. There's a little bit of sacrifice, but there's also, you know, I get to eat a little more carne asada and then eat a little more beef.
You're enjoying
you know what I mean? The clean one, yeah.
You don't want to get into those waters. That's how we got here in the first place.
That's right.
You know,
so we're ready, man.
With everything that happened in the first place, with Canelo, the test result, the suspension, you coming into the picture, what do you make of that situation? Are you happy with what the commission did with his situation?
I'm not happy with the way the commission disciplined him. Because Chavez Jr. 9 months, he was marijuana and PEDs for 6 months. I don't know what that is about. Because Margarito loading his gloves, fighting Mosley, they should be expelled. Because if someone's trying to do something to hurt another man, just go in there fist to fist, you know what I mean, and get the result that way. But if you're trying to do something to be a Superman, trying to hurt another man, especially he has a family, the trauma is really hard to the head. Just go in there and see the result, man. Be a man about it. You win some, you lose some, but do it the manly way, not a cheating way.
You've never been shy about your opinions or wanting the big fights. You've had fights with Charlo, Lara, a lot of skilled contenders. Is this guy Golovkin more skilled than those guys, you feel?
Well, those guys, I had to chase them. I had to chase Lara. I had to chase Andrade. I don't got to chase them, man. You know, if you watch my Lara fights and those fights, as soon as I land the punch, when I dropped Andrade, he got up from the first round. He ran for the whole fight, and he did beat me in that fight. I do give him that fight. But when Lara, he tasted my right hand, he starts moving. Golovkin's going to taste my right hand, and then we'll see what he does because I'm going to get him with another right hand. And I know he's going to keep coming forward. I'm not afraid to get hit. And we'll see if he's afraid, because nobody is actually, what I've seen is that nobody has had the guts to stand in front of him and to land punches on him. I'm the guy that's going to do that, and it's actually going to answer a lot of questions about him also, this fight.
What questions do you have about him? What questions have you been wondering about a guy like Golovkin?
We'll see how he takes my punches. We'll see how he fights a guy that's not scared to take his punches, a guy that's not scared to be there in exchange with him.
Now, the mandatory is Sergey Derevyanchenko. I know a lot of fans are like, well, why didn't Gennady fight that guy instead of Vanes? They feel that maybe the fight should have gone to him. No fault of yours, you stepped up to the challenge. But what do you make of people that bring that up?
Honestly, I didn't even know who the guy was until people mentioned the mandatory, and I was like, who the mandatory? I feel like the IBF mandatory guy, he got more publicity, like just his name being mentioned, then people didn't even know who he was. People have seen me in the boxing game. I mean, I do see that it makes sense because the name was. People didn't know who he was, and people actually started to know who he was after this. You know, when they just brought up his name. So I didn't even know who he was until, you know, this all came about. So I think that they picked the right guy for the fight.
You're a very technical guy when you want to be technical. Why not just go and box Golovkin and see how you do there instead of how you're saying come forward and taste his punches and see what happens there?
Because it's not Mexican style. We want Mexican
You
style,
want
baby.
Mexican
That's
style.
Mexican style. Cinco de Mayo, that's what's going to be.
So what happens in this fight, and how do you see yourself beating Gennady Golovkin?
Just going in there and, hitting him with a train. It's going to be two trains going at it. It's going to answer a lot of questions about Golovkin, I promise you.
All right, Vanes, hey man, I can't wait. Congratulations as well. Again, this big opportunity, all these cameras, all these people here to see this man, Vanes Matirosyan, May 5th, going up against Gennady Golovkin at the StubHub Center here in Carson, California.